coming to terms with itself as a diverse and complex society. The exhibition aims to reflect on the outdated philosophies of the nation. It features work by Jasmin Valcarcel, Thina Dube, Ronald Muchatuta, Vivien Kohler, Gilder, Ntshabele and Simphiwe Buthelezi. The exhibition asks what South Africa signifies for those living in the country in terms of our shared experiences as human beings. And joining us to share more is curator Carlyn Strydom. It's great to have you on the show. Very good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, this is volume 2 of this exhibition. Why was it important to have this extension where you have these artists continuing to explore what is South Africa even?
Well, it's a long-term project. Each iteration is going to be in a different part of the country, and I feel that you can't just have an exhibition in one place. It's important to get the opinions and the experiences of the rest of the country. The first iteration was in Cape Town, and we had very Cape Townian experiences. The second in Johannesburg, where we've invited some Cape Townians, and we have artists who are from Zimbabwe as well as Johannesburg.
All right, take us through just some of the themes that were explored. Maybe you can share a little bit of what we saw in volume 1 and what has so far come out of volume 2.
So with volume 1, we explored themes of history, really. We looked at history quite deeply. One of the works that I think spoke very well to the exhibition was the work by Ronald Muchatuta, which was looking at South Africa's history from way back when, from before colonialism up until the present, and thinking about how the youth respond to issues that existed then and still exist now, because everything is generational. Nothing is really disappearing. It's just kind of evolving into something different. We also explored issues of gender with Lola Amira's work. We explored issues of the prison system and used as a metaphor for how we are trapped by history with the works of Art of Brother. And for the second iteration, we are looking at way more than that. Again, we will touch on issues of gender, we'll touch on our history, we'll look at poverty, homelessness, isolation, depression in African men, and many other issues that I'm sure will come out, not just from the artists and myself, but also the public who are viewing the exhibition.
Now, of course, you know, people will interpret what they see in South Africa very differently. Was there any common ground reached by the artists, whether it was in their works or just in their opinions during their interaction?
I think, yes, there was. I think the common ground was that we're struggling, and there is a certain sense of hope that we all share. We hope to have a better country than it was 50 years ago, even 2 years ago. So the idea of the exhibition also is to track that history, starting with the first iteration up until I don't know how many we're going to have. So I think that I think would be the common ground, really, is, you know, there's a certain hope, even though we might be in a bit of despair.
And having a number of artists join in this project, I mean, geez, as a curator, how difficult was it to sort of achieve a cohesive exhibition, in your opinion, or did that just happen organically?
It wasn't difficult at all. I think that a lot of the younger artists in South Africa are really dealing with the issues that the exhibition brings up. So there are so many to choose from. It's just a matter of making sure that everything works for a certain iteration. And for me, it was quite easy. These are people that I admire their work. I've known them for a while, so it was rather easy, not too difficult.
And the exhibition is part of a curatorial development program, and I believe there was some funding that came from the Department of Arts and Culture. How important was that backing from the department, and what has that funding allowed this project to become?
Well, it was quite important, and I think not only the funding from the Department of Arts and Culture, but also the opportunity with the Bag Factory, the artist studio based in Fordsburg, because they are the ones that initiated the contact with the Department of Arts and Culture and then invited applicants to apply for the development program. So yes, it's very important because funding is essential when you're creating any exhibition. Things cost money. But I think hand in hand, I mean, the Department of Arts and Culture and the Bag Factory really helped a lot. Also for a young emerging curator, it's very good.
All right, that's where we'll have to leave it for today. Thank you so much for coming. But very quickly, how long is this exhibition going to run for?
The exhibition starts on the 28th of February and it will run until the 20th of March. And on the 3rd of March, we'll have a curatorial walkabout where the public can come and engage a bit more with the exhibition and the artists.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time this morning and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Great. That was, Carlyn Strydom speaking to us about What is South Africa Even, which is the group exhibition curated by herself, and it opens on Thursday, the 28th of February at the Bag Factory Artist Studios. Time for us to take a quick break. Do stay with us on the show.